Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's Steve coming at you. Hope you're having a great day. Well, I didn't think this 4 years was gonna be fun, but it looks like it's gonna be. Wow. I'm just in case you're wondering what I'm laughing at. Okay. A couple of days ago or so, Joe Biden had a CNN town hall or something like that. And in that town hall, he was taking questions. I'm sure a lot of it was just kind of people knew what was going on ahead of time. And it was funny is whenever I watch him on television, he seems like a tired old man. He just really does, which is fantastic because when they let him do stuff that's not scripted, where he might not know the answers ahead of time, even when he knows the answers ahead of time, but he goes off the reservation a little bit. It's pure gold. It's awesome. So in this example, he was asked about the vaccines and access to the vaccines and that sort of stuff. And in his long-winded answer, it's very like stream of consciousness kind of stuff. In his long-winded answer, he said that people in the black communities, inner city, and Hispanic communities don't quite know how to use the internet to get to find out about access to the vaccine. Oh my gosh. So I on my Facebook page, you can feel free to friend me on Facebook. I think it's public, so you can see it even if you don't want to friend me. But on my Facebook page, that says, so Biden says that brown and black people don't know how to use the internet in rural and inner city areas, but the orange man was the racist. Oh, this guy is fantastic. He's already said the past. Poor kids are just as bright as white kids. Then he said after that, right before the election, if you ain't voting for him, you ain't black. And now he says black and brown people don't know how to use the internet. It's all on tape. He actually came out of his mouth. It was unedited. It's just fantastic. And man, I got some crazy liberal friends who were just going in on me on Facebook, and they won't address the issue. They won't address what Biden said. The libs won't. The people who are common sense people and the more conservative people, but even not, those who aren't that conservative but common sense people, are like, what the hell is wrong with that man? He's a racist. That's what's wrong with him. What do you mean what's wrong with him? He's a racist. He thinks very little of black people. He is amazed at any time we can do anything of note because he just doesn't expect it from us. And it's funny to me that there are so many people who look like me who voted for him who will not acknowledge it. Yet Trump is the biggest racist that ever walked the face of the earth. I just think it's hilarious because my mindset is, look, you have a guy who you said said some perceived racist things, which would be the orange man, according to them, and a guy who's now the president who said some actual racist things. And all you want to do is say, well, yeah, well, at least he's not Trump. That's not going to work, fam. That's not going to work. It's like saying, well, I know I voted for this neo-Nazi, but at least he's not a Klansman. Come on now. Come on, man. Come on. And you know what's funny is that I put it that Facebook page, or that post rather, not necessarily be confrontational, but to see what kind of responses I would get. And I got pretty much what I expected. The people who are on Biden's side, who still suffer from TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, are not going to admit that they made a mistake. They're just not going to do it. Because then it would cause, for some of them, it's a matter of, it would cause them to have to look at something within themselves. Like, how could I have possibly been wrong? about this vote. That's for some. Others are cool with it. Well, at least he's not Trump. Okay, so you think Trump is a racist. You voted for an actual racist. And you're okay with that. And they'll make that make sense in their mind. It doesn't make any sense, but they'll make it make sense in their mind, okay? And then third, they're just people who like being on the plantation. They're not leaving that Democrat plantation. They're not leaving that liberal plantation. And I'm not picking on you guys. I mean, if you're a Democrat, if you're a common sense Democrat or whatever, or independent, whatever, that's cool. But there are some people who are just not going to leave that plantation. They have a certain ideology. They're gonna ride that thing all the way to the grave. It does not matter how wrong they are. It does not matter how little sense it makes. And even when I asked questions in my comments, all the answers were built around emotion. There was no logic. Well, because of this, it was all emotion based. Well, Trump's bad because he's evil, or he's this, or he's got this personality that he's. I'm like, dude, what does this have to do with Biden saying black people and brown people don't know how to use the internet? What does that have to do with it? Look, you cannot make people see who are unwilling to. It's just how it is. But I put it there for comedy effect because I thought it was hysterical. I laughed my butt off when I saw it because it's obvious to the brain dead that the man is a racist. And he's a doddering old racist. That's what he is. But okay, if you voted for him and that's okay with you, then that's, as long as it helps you get to sleep at night, hey, you rock that deal. I still get to laugh at it because I think it's ridiculous. Where you spent 4 years calling the last president a racist when you voted for an actual racist. And you're cool with it. That tells you everything you want to know. Your politics isn't about, it's basically become your religion. The Democrats and the liberals are your God because they've already gotten rid of God. So they are your new God. And so you're going to bow down to that altar if you're of that mindset. And okay, as long as you're willing to live with that, you rock that deal. I am not that person. I don't kneel down before no man. The person I kneel down is in heaven. He ain't here yet. He ain't come back yet. So, but if you want to kneel before government, and government is your God, then Joe Biden's your guy. Doesn't matter how racist he is. That's your dude. You should rock that deal. And maybe you guys think I'm wrong. You may, Steve, that's not right. How do you know? I'll put the link in the description where he actually said the words. And what's funny is I shared that with my mom, and I love my mom very much. And she said, but that could have been edited. See, they don't want to know, man. You can't force people to know the truth or refuse to know. It's just like if you had your boy or you had a girl who, your boy or your girl is cheating on their significant other, and you have proof, and you know for a fact they're cheating, and you go try and tell that significant other, sometimes they just don't want to know. They don't want to know the truth because they're afraid of what that makes them look like. They can't handle the truth. Some people are just unwilling to go there, and it's okay. And if that's them, then that's cool. Me, I think it's hilarious. I love the irony. And if you agree with me, great. Leave it a thumbs up. If you disagree with me, leave a thumbs down. Leave a comment. But please stop using the Uncle Tom for. I guess some guy hit me up at Facebook calling me Uncle. It is so tired, and it just shows what a huge Tom you are, because you're willing to accept anything that comes from a certain political bent without question, and anybody who doesn't agree with you is automatically a Tom, which means you're not up for people having different thoughts. You're not up for our people being spiritually free, financially free, intellectually free. You're all about the narrative that comes from the Democrat plantation. That makes you the Tom, my fam. That makes you the Tom. So please, if you're going to come up with something better than that. At any rate, I hope y'all having a great day. Y'all take care. I'll talk to you again soon.